We know that you guys came here for all of this. But before we get to this point, we got to start with, let's get into the before part of our Crystal Way project. So we have a master bathroom, and we've got to be tearing the vanity out, the tub out, the shower out, floor's gonna go, baseboard's gonna go, and then we've got a lot of stuff that we're gonna be adding back into here. So currently we have the light fixture on the wall. We're gonna be switching that to 3 sconce fixtures over here. We've got 2 medicine cabinet mirrors that we're gonna be recessing into the wall. So we're gonna be reframing this wall so that we can make that happen. We've got a new larger vanity that's going in here, so we'll be moving the plumbing for those guys so that it lines up with the sinks when they get installed over there. Turn around to this guy, we're going to be going to a freestanding tub in this location, and then we'll have the similar tub spout, or not a similar tub spout, but we'll have a tub filler that is a wall function over there. And then we're going to have our new shower with a glass door on it. So flooring's getting replaced. We're gonna do a tile baseboard, all that good stuff. So we've got a great project ahead of us, but before we do any of the demo and get anything messy, we need to start with some site prep, which we'll roll into here in just a second. And just like that, we're back. We've got yellow tape that indicates demo, green tape that means save. So we're keeping all our doors. And then the other stuff is pretty straightforward as far as what's going, what's staying. And then we've got our floor protection. We've got several layers of carpet shield that's going out to the doorway. Got my bubbles on the floor underneath my feet right now. And then we've got our zip wall up right there. So we'll probably keep the door shut and then have the zip wall closed on top of it right there. So I think we've talked about this in other videos, and if this is your first time watching it, I'll go through it again. We like to have a ladder on site, trash can on site, shop vac, brooms and shovels, and then this is our black and yellow box right here. So this is going to be our miscellaneous. That's where we've got our green and yellow tape, got a lock box. This is our zipper for the plastic, and then our job site folder lives here. So we're going to have things like our schedule. Hopefully everything's in frame, so that'll show you where we're at. And then we've got our cabinet drawings, we've got designer drawings, all that stuff's in there. We've got painter's plastic on site, we've got zip wall poles. So we like this to all be standard on our projects. The reason why is that if someone needs to get something up high, they've got a ladder. Maybe they forgot it for the day, but we've got one here for them. We want a clean job site, so we make sure that no one can say, oh, I forgot a broom and dustpan or even a vacuum. So we make sure that that's all there, it's all standard, and then that's on top of our floor protection and our zip wall that we do. So demo guys are rolling in tomorrow. We'll have an update when they're all done with their stuff. Oh, last thing I forgot to mention, we have our job site rules sheet. So this is gonna be just making sure. We had a couple issues at one time. It was back-to-back jobs. If it happened once, I would have said, fluke, but it happened a couple times, so we just make sure it's like, hey, keep it tidy, be professional, and we're gonna do our work. So customers appreciate it. That's why we continue to put it up. We'll see you guys here after demo. All right, guys, it's not a Cyto video if we don't skip a step because we get so excited about the work we're doing. But demo's done, framing's done, let's walk through it. So drywall's been torn off in here. The floor's gone. We'll take a look at the shower in just a second. But what we're going to start with is these guys over here. So this is a load-bearing wall. One of the ways we can tell is we have a double top plate and then we have the hangers. But the other easy way to tell is that everything slopes into this wall. So we know that everything is going to be carried by this wall. What does that mean? Well, we've got the medicine cabinets that we want to go in here, and we need to transfer the load that is coming down from the trusses right there down to the floor. So we've got our header that we built right there. It gets transferred to our jack studs all the way down, and then this is going to be where the medicine cabinet sits inside of. Same thing over here. One of the things you'll notice is that we cut out the vent pipes right here. Now, a big part of that was just they were in the way, and we're going to do one of two things. We're either going to have the plumber rework how we're getting up there, or we might just do Studer vents down below. Studer vents are a vent which allows air to be pulled in but not come back out. Why is that important? Well, for any of your drains, you can almost think of it like if you've ever done the trick where you're at a restaurant and you put your straw in the cup, put your finger on top of it, and all the water staying stuck inside there. If we don't have air that can go through there, it's not going to drain well. So that's why we have the vents. But when water's not going through there, now we can have that air that comes back up from the sewer. You get that nasty sewer smell. It's not good for your health. It just doesn't smell good. So they have developed what are called Studer vents, which allows air to go in, but it can't go back out. So that's what we might do down here. There's some other rules with that, but that's nerd stuff that we're not going to get into on this video. So we've got all that done. We've got some additional strapping that we'll do after electrician and plumber do their thing. We've got our wire pulled out that will get relocated, but that's the electrician's job. We'll swing over here. So tub's been demoed out, and we're going from a wall side drain. Now we're going to be going to a center drain. So we've got that opened up. The plumber will be able to rework that, move it to where it needs to be. We'll swap out the valve, get that raised up. And then we have this wall right here. So this is our bottom plate that continues all the way through, but they've got this decorative bump out. So what we're going to do with this is we built our pony wall up, left it an inch below where the shutters are so that we can return our tile, and it'll be a nice ledge right there. They could put soaps on or anything decorative they want up near the tub. Now I'll have Ethan swing over here. The lighting might get a little bad, but bear with us. We saved our insulation from the wall that we just looked at, so it's covering a bit of it right here. We framed in our niche. We've got our header. Once again, we did an interesting framing detail that I'm not going to get into right here. We added an extra 2x6. This is going to be where the glass connects right there, so we've got solid backing, and then they already had this right here, so we'll be good right there. Our shower heads, we are going to move those to 84 inches. The plumber will do that when he's here. But other than that, we've got our corner shower. We're going to have our tub, all that good stuff. And then we'll be rolling on to the next phase of the project. So plumbers are coming in next week. We've got electrician coming in next week, all that good stuff. And we'll keep you updated here in a second. All right, update on our rough-in. We have our electrical boxes in the wall. These are going to be for our sconce lights. So we went off of the middle point of where our medicine cabinets are going to be. And then we used this side as our reference point. So we drew the edge of our medicine cabinet right here, measured that to the wall, centered our sconce light. They're going to be vertical sconce lights. So that's why we were able to do it. Then we take that measurement, mirror it over here. So that's how we get this one. And then this guy goes right in the middle. And then this outlet that used to be somewhere over here is now up and out of the way. We're making sure that it's above our countertop height, up above our backsplash height. Give it a little room for the outlet cover that's going to be right there. And then we're good to go. So that's tied into this guy over here. This is going to get deleted. We're going to be doing Studer vents for these guys. We may have already mentioned that, but that's why we've got caps there. And then, yeah, we added an additional strap right here since we had to put a break in it right there. Essentially nailed it where every stud would be coming down, just so that it's got that support all the way through. Let's see what else. All right, we've got our concrete that we just got done in here. So we've got it in the tub area and then in the shower area. Shower area, we didn't keep it perfectly flat, but it's because we're doing a curb shower. They're going to be building their pan on top of it, so it doesn't need to be perfectly flat. That one is a lot more flat for our tub. We'll have a little bit of adjustment in the flooring with the, oh my gosh, what's it called? It's not thin set. Self-leveler. Jeez. Okay. Anyways. And then you guys might be wondering, is your shower really that high? The answer is no. The reason why we have our plumber stub it up this high and then this is not glued on is because we have our shower guys glue it and cut it at the height that we need. We want the plumber to do all his work because we want a licensed plumber doing everything. The only thing that the shower guy is doing is going to be putting glue on there and sticking it on there, and he's going to be the one that will determine where his pitch is at, how high everything's set up, and the plumber doesn't always know that, and it's a lot better to do it where the shower guy gets to cut it based on what he's doing rather than forcing him to make adjustments off of what the plumber's doing before him. So that's all set for them right there. Plumbing drain is in, so that's connected over there. This is our rough-in valve for that. And then we've talked about this on previous videos, but our old shower head used to be right here, and we bumped this one up to 82. We like to keep our standard between 80 and 84, depending on how tall the customer is. Sometimes we go a little beyond that if we've got like a 6'4" dude who he wants the shower head up a little higher, just a little bit more convenience. But in this case, we're putting it 82. So that's what we're doing there. We've got drywallers coming in, so they're gonna insulate everything for us before they put all the wallboard up. We've got spray foam down along the sill because we saw a little bit of daylight, wanted to get rid of that, no more critters, all that good stuff. So that is what we've got going on for now. We'll have another update for you guys here in a second. All right, guys, we've got some big progress that's happened this week and wanted to give you a little sneak peek before we really get into the final video. So we've got tile that is all done for our shower. So we've got glass guys that are coming into template early next week for that one. And then Ethan, I want you to come take a look at this work right here on that corner. Look at that detail right there. I love that. Anyways, we've got our wainscoting for our tub over there. We've got our self-leveler on the floor to get ready for the tile before our tub. And then I'll have Ethan step this way. Now they put a little shroud over our cabinets, make sure nothing gets damaged on there. So you'll see the full reveal in a little bit. Drywall's up on the walls. So yeah, we've got couple more weeks to get this done between the templating, countertop install, all that stuff. Tile guy's gonna be wrapping up in the next couple days, but that's where we're at right now. So we'll see you here in just a second for the final reveal on our project. All right, it's the end. We've got our big reveal, really excited. So let me step out of the way as we look at our vanity area. Now you'll notice you have a blank plate right here. We have one of these beautiful light fixtures that apparently we bought the last 3 of. There was one fixture that came damaged. The manufacturer is sending us a new one, but it's not going to be here for 2 months. So pretend. We don't know how to use AI to put that in there yet. So anyways, we've got these beautiful medicine cabinets, great Delta faucets in here. We have our Taj Mahal quartzite that's on these countertops. And then these are our solid cabinets that we have right here. So I believe this is a new addition to the 3 Series and it looks fantastic. We're super excited to have it. And then you guys saw in the framing, all the stuff that we did. This looks like a regular just framed mirror for the wall, but we know that it is a medicine cabinet. And so I can keep my sunglasses in there. Oh, I'm probably just messing with the microphone. Sorry about that. Anyways, let's move around to our tub area. So we got everything real quick. I need to zoom in on this nerd moment. We got the backsplash to finish out with the tile over there. Super proud of that. We originally had the outlet behind me in the middle of the vanity. Customer asked if we could move it. It's not going to be too close to the bathtub, so and no one's doing any toast in here, so it's not going to be an issue for either spouse, if you know what I mean. So we've got the outlet over here, but we have our Delta Champagne Bronze tub filler right there. We've got the new bathtub. We've got the tile that wraps around, and then that brings us to our shower. So we've got our corner shower that is, I love this thing a lot, so I'm very happy about it. Another nerd moment, come check out how our tile guy did it, and the glass is kind of sitting on the middle of it, but they put this square tile right there, and then on the inside, if we bring the camera over here, they mitered the tile perfectly so that it's mirroring each other, and you've just got that great symmetry right there. So it looks great. We did the Delta fixtures all around. The Champagne Bronze matches beautifully. We've got our larger niche so that they can put all their soap, shampoos, razors, all that good stuff, and then we did a little bit of tile baseboard in here, but essentially that's it. So beautiful glass door, and then we've got hinge limiters coming for this door so that we don't just bust this door open on our brand new shower. So I know the camera's looking at me, but look at the beautiful thing. So yeah, that's the end of our project. We're really happy with how this project ended. Everything went really well on this project, honestly. So hit our schedule really well, and happy to work with this customer. We're already talking about doing phase 2 with them. So we'll see you guys back in this house to do something pretty similar here probably in a couple months.